Good morning. Starting off day 60, May 15th, 7:15 in the morning. Got woken up by the whippoorwill. Didn't set an alarm clock. Gonna take it easy again today. He's feeling better, but still don't want to push it. Let's get to walking. Mile 722, and it's about 42 degrees. Pretty chilly last night. I had sent back the shell of my sleeping bag, and so the shell is rated for 51. The mummy bag is rated for about 40. So I felt good last night. I did put my poncho over the end of my sleeping bag, slept in my puffy, and I stayed warm, so no issue there. So good night. Went to bed around 8 and got up at 6. Mile 723. Let me take a little detour. Like Bob D takes detours. He was a through hiker in 2012. He used to like to take a lot of detours. All right. Gorgeous. Mile 724. So the other day, I passed the 700 mile mark on day 58. Coincidentally, and it just popped up on my feed, to the day, 3 years prior, I passed the 700 mile mark on the PCT. But on the AT, I was on day 58, and PCT, day 61. I did a ton of bouncing around to avoid snow. When I was on trail, I could put in bigger miles, but I just had to find trail that didn't have snow on it. I had to stop at another overlook. That is Daleville on the right-hand side. That's the target for today. There's a Mexican place there. Gonna get some nachos and all those other good Mexican treats. All right, I got G-Force here, and he is old school as well. He's got the AT guide out. Look at that. That is definitely old school. None of this far out stuff.
Daleville. That's
Daleville, yeah. And where's the Mexican? There's barbecue, but there's a Mexican place right across the street. That's where we're going.
Oh.
Mile 725. Mile 726. Mile 727. And I was just playing around on ChatGPT when I stopped. Curious if the Appalachian Trail were designed to the same standards as the Pacific Crest Trail, what would be the length? So instead of 2,192 plus or minus, it would be almost 4,300 miles. There's over 125,000 feet more elevation gain and loss on the AT than the PCT. Just some really cool rock formations. Mile 728, and I'm coming up on some power lines, and far out has a caution statement there. Apparently the electromagnetic force can create some tingling sensations. So super interesting. Somebody said they tapped their trekking poles on the rocks and felt a little shock. So they far out suggested don't hang out underneath the power lines. Okay. Stopped on this viewpoint on the other side of the ridge line, and that's the Roanoke Airport there. And I was talking with a friend of mine, Mike, who There's an airline pilot. He's flown in there a couple times. He's like, can you see the star? Is that the star? Because Roanoke is called the Star City. But I'm not quite sure I see the star. It's 10 o'clock, 6.6 miles. Just got gapped by Mo. If mile marker screams and nobody's around, is it actually noise? Hello, Mr. Snakey. Mile 729. More power lines. No stopping. Mile 730. Coming up on some railroad tracks. I heard the train this morning. Oh, look, they even have a nice crosswalk. Look at this. All right. Very nice. Thank you. This has got to be the most over-designed pedestrian bridge I have come across. Somebody thought they were going to put a highway through here? It's a lot of work. I don't see a bridge plaque. Must have been a developer thinking that, oh, well, build a bridge and they'll let me do whatever I want. Nope. Mile 731. Crossing Roanoke Road. US 20. Whoop. Better boogie. White blaze. But gotta hit the Mexican. All right, leaving lunch at the Mexican restaurant. Pretty decent. Heading to the hostel. He is still letting me know it's there. There's those ultra lightweight backpackers again. And there's the trail. White blaze. A bearing tree. Mile 732. And going through this well-manicured section of the trail. However, it's adjacent to Interstate 81, the longest interstate in Virginia. There's 81. Trail goes right at the road crossing underneath the interstate. I'm going to go left. So I left my mark on Interstate 81. Mile marker 109, southbound. In the year 2000, I designed, and it was subsequently constructed, the first in-house designed reinforced soil slope by VDOT. And so at first, the contractor that got the job was kind of balking at it because they'd never done it before. But then they realized how easy it was, and they bid on another job that had a retaining wall, and they proposed a reinforced soil slope, and it was accepted. Very eloquent way to steepen slopes without a bunch of concrete. So I took that experience and applied it to a landslide in Bosnia the next year. And so I got some help from a guy named Jerry DiMaggio with the Federal Highway Administration, and he is related to Joe DiMaggio. In fact, on his business cards, he would have a coffee stain. So he gave me a little bit of a technical assistance. And when I was in Bosnia, I repaired a landslide with a reinforced soil slope. And my boss at the time, he wanted us to do all these joint operations with the Russians. And the Russians, they were drunk Their equipment was broken, lacked discipline. So we just used them as road guards with their AK-47s, but made sure they didn't have ammo. So they certainly stopped the Bosnian drivers. So 2 stories in one clip. Off to the hostel. Coming up on Beachy Hill B&B. Looks cool.
Hey.
All right, this is the right type of eating here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're in the town of Daleville. Got Midnight, raise your hand. Old Man River, Scout Leader, and G-Force. Still a Marine.
Hey.
Okay. Okay. Just got my hair done. I'm doing anything to cut weight. Finishing up day 60 on the Appalachian Trail. A little over 10 miles. Took it easy today here at Beach Hill Hostel. Lucky to get a bunk because at school in Blacksburg is got some graduation ceremony. That little school in the Fields of Rye, old deserted outhouse known as VPI, something like that. I don't know, but for some reason there's a lot of people booking up hotels. So lucky to get a bunk here at Beach Hill Hostel. So took it easy today. Knee is feeling much better. Going to push a little bit more, maybe 15, 16 tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. And then there's G-Force photobombing me. You know, he's a Marine, always a Marine. He's digging the hostel clothing, and that's what I'm wearing right now. So I'm glad I got my hair done today and got a little resupply and got some great food, and gonna do it again tomorrow. Mile Marker signing out.